G'day ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me on this, my journey into the constraints-led approach for BJJ. My name is Sam Battlefields, and today it was just a private lesson with Ridwaan. This was a great lesson. Started out by asking him what he was doing over the weekend, etc, and then we got on to talking about what happened in Monday's class, which is taken by the purple belt, and he teaches a very IP-focused type of class. Ridwaan let me know that they did the scissor sweep with the gi and that he really couldn't make it work for a variety of reasons. Some of those reasons were that his training partner was being very stiff and tight and wasn't allowing him to do the actual move, even in situational sparring. Now, we discussed, obviously, it's very difficult to make a singular move work because there is no timing, there is no change of balance, all that kind of stuff. And Ridwaan pointed out that his training partners knew what was coming and so therefore hunkered down in the position in which it would stop the technique from being made. So at first, I designed a game straight away, having all the grips to let a scissor sweep takedown happen. So the person on the bottom, their goal was to put the person on top's hip on the ground or disengage. The person on top, their goal was to get to side control. The reason why I gave the person on top a goal of getting to side control was so that there was no option just to hunker down and not do anything, which also created space and timing that would allow you to actually pull off a move like the scissor sweep. I started from the bottom, and while we were there, I attempted to do the scissor sweep, which had him hunker down, which allowed me to disengage, use my collar tie grip to break his posture, and then get my chest on back. This seemed to be revelatory for Ridwaan. The reason being is because doing a singular technique and then trying to gamify a single technique when everyone knows what's coming and can hunker down against it means that you're just not getting that timing, that balance point that can knock people over. In one of the games that I was underneath, I was actually able to get a scissor sweep. It was a variation on the scissor sweep, but it was still a scissor sweep. Part of what I started to work with was from the Discord, where people have been talking about the importance of making people post and then attacking that post. Ridwaan said to me later that this has revolutionized a whole heap of his game. And I would agree. When you look at a single technique, when it doesn't work, you see it as a failure. When you look at the concepts, such as, so break their posture or destabilize their system, make them post, they slam their hand on the ground, you take that away from them. Those concepts work across all techniques from the bottom. There was an interesting point where Ridwaan started messing with my arms, and I could tell he was going for an armbar. And so I stopped him from doing the armbar. And his reasoning was, well, if I attack the armbar, then you might do something and I'll be able to get the scissor sweep, which is what I've been trying to get across. However, he's still thinking in a singular technique manner. And this is why it failed, was that it was all arm-based. He had not engaged his whole body. And so the self-organization that would break me down, including breaking my posture that he would need to do with his legs, wasn't happening. I strongly believe that today's lesson revolutionized his training. He no longer looks at individual techniques. He's going to look at them from the perspective of a small ecosystem of techniques, but that are all interconnected. If you'd like to know more, go to battlefieldgrappling.com.au and fill in the form. Everyone else, like, comment, subscribe.